Hey guys, welcome back to our channel. I'm back. And today we're going to be doing a little sushi. As you can see. As you know, I'm not going to eat half of this. And I have nothing to eat it with. So I got to use my hands. I wasn't thinking when I came up here. So how has everyone been? I'm pretty sure this video is going to be... I don't know when this video is going to be up, but I haven't recorded in maybe a week or two. Well, we haven't had it upload in like a week or two. So today I made it back to Texas. I had to go to Sam's, so I wanted to try their platter. I've tried their individuals, but I've never tried their platter. And they was making them fresh, so I told them I'll wait for a fresh one. So I watched them make this platter for me. It's cold. So how has everyone been? Y'all, on the ride home, y'all know I had already did that trial for the Audible where it reads the books to you. This is just rice. Where it reads the books to you. So I was like, when you do the trial, they give you 2 free credits and you don't pay for the first month. So the first book I got was the book in the books club, the book that we've been doing in the books club, and we haven't been doing that because everyone has been having something going on. So I'm going to talk about another book today. Yo, this book fire. So on the ride home, I needed something to do. I leave real early in the morning. Y'all ain't getting nothing from that drink. But I leave real early in the morning so that my baby will sleep more. It's better for me that he sleeps for the drive. By the time he wake up, it's time for breakfast or something. So I usually leave around 12, 1 o'clock in the morning when I'm going out of town. Unless I have another adult that can come with me. But it's usually me, Nisha, and Ronald when we drive to Louisiana. So I started this book, y'all. You Got Me. What is that name? Oh. I Got You. So the name of the book is I Got You. I'm going to put the title somewhere up here. Y'all. When I tell you this book is fire, this book is fire. So, one of the main characters in the book, I remember his name is Genesis. I can't remember her name, y'all, to save my life. And that's sad. I cannot think of her name. But his name is Genesis. And she when they first met each other, she does hair. She does hair at a real popular salon. And Genesis is one of her clients' brothers. Some things happened and she wound up going to her client's brother's house, which she didn't know whose house it was at the time. And they just he couldn't take his eyes off of her, and she couldn't stop looking at him. So, long story short, this man is fine as hell. When I say fine, this man is fine. And the sex positions that they talk about in this book, and y'all, the book is good. But Genesis' father is a kingpin. But Genesis' mother killed herself because of the things that their father was doing. And left Genesis and their sister, alone. with the dad. I think he was like 12 or something like that. But Genesis is a successful black fine man that has a restaurant. And he didn't use none of his father's money. He did all of this on his own. And his father wound up dying. When his father died, his uncle wanted him to take over. But it's not for Genesis. Genesis don't want to do that. Genesis got all of his money respectfully. Him and his sister went to college. His sister is a very popular author. She writes poetry books. When I tell you these two just cannot keep their hands off themselves. So both of them didn't want to be with anyone else because they got hurt before. And they fell in love. Like at first it just was a sex thing. They just was having great sex. And that's all it was. But they wound up falling in love with each other. In chapter, I can't remember what chapter it is. But so she has 3 brothers. And out of her 3 brothers, all 3 are very successful. One of them is a DEA. I work for the DEA, however they go. And they didn't, when they met up, they weren't supposed to meet up. Georgetta had, that's her name, Georgetta. She had planned something for Genesis. And it was going to be a special night for just them two, and forgot about the night with her brothers. So by her forgetting about the night with her brothers, they were at the house. While she had to set everything up, waiting for Genesis, cooked and all that, waiting for her man. So, one of her brothers, the DEA one, he wound up saying, "You're not going to be with this N-word. He ain't nothing but, you know, what his father was like. He done took over his father's empire and blah, blah, blah." But the whole time, Genesis' uncle took over the empire when his daddy died. Now, Genesis is real high on family. So when he got into the altercation with her brother, he was furious because he was like, "I love her too much. I can't make her choose between me and her brother." But she loved him so much to where he didn't have to, you know, she wasn't going to have to choose because she loved him and she told him that. So Genesis just loves spoiling all of the women in his life. So he spoils his sister, and she have a cute little son, which Genesis wound up killing. The daddy, I'm sorry. Genesis wound up killing his sister's baby's father. Killed him. For very good reason, but he killed him. And but Genesis has been open and has told what's her face about all of this. So nothing is kept secret, right? Nothing is a secret at all. So he tells her everything. She told him everything, from the man that she was dating that wound up cheating on her with her best friend, and then wound up leaving her and then getting engaged to and impregnating the author of the designer of Genesis' sister's book. Yo, there's a lot going on. It's a really good book. But so it didn't work out with her best friend that he cheated on her with. He's now with this new lady. Sent her, when he saw your girl again, I just can't remember her name, Georgetta, whatever. He sent her an email, not knowing who she was dating, but sent her an email saying that he apologized, how he wished that the person that was pregnant was her and not his actual fiance. And come to find out, she responded, letting him know that if he responded to her again, the first ass whipping that the first beat down that her brothers, because all three of her brothers beat him up when that happened with the first time when he cheated on them. They beat him up. But they didn't get in trouble because he works, they know how to cover stuff. He didn't even report them because he knows that he wouldn't have, they wouldn't have did nothing. But she told him, if you reply to me again, not only will you have my three brothers beating you down, but you're going to have my man beating you down. So, a couple of days go by. Genesis goes to her job to surprise everybody there with food from his restaurant. Well, when he get there, Georgette is so excited to see him, and she don't pay attention when Genesis' face looked different at one of her best friends that work in the shop with her. Again, this is her best friend. She didn't trust nobody after her best friend slept with her boyfriend the first time, right? She didn't pay attention to that. So come to find out, Genesis, before he even knew her, before, anything went down, him and the girl were partners, In the book, they tell you, like, they read it word for word. It's like a real, they're not trying to make it PG. They saying exactly what's going on. They were those type of buddies, And so he was like, there's nothing more. Some crazy stuff went down. So he wasn't able to tell Georgetta about it that night. And matter of fact, that same night is when he got into that fight with her brother. And because of the fight and all, it just, they didn't talk about it. They didn't talk about it that night because of the fight. And the next day, he's at his restaurant, and guess who shows up at the restaurant, y'all? The girl. Now, all this time, she ain't never text Georgette nothing to let her know, I had a relationship with your man. I was having things, I was doing things with your man before you knew him, and before I knew you. She didn't do that. What she did was, she showed up at this man's place of a job, his business. And she demands to see him. She said she's not leaving until he comes down and see her. Right? So this is what she said. Go to his job and say. So he gets prepared to go downstairs and talk to her. I ain't gonna tell you nothing else about that part. Y'all gotta get the book. I'm gonna go to another part, so y'all can see what happened with that. So Georgette's off from work. She picks some stuff up from her house. She goes to Genesis' house, but she uses a back way so that Genesis don't know she's there, right? So she's at his house right now. She's trying to redo the sexy date night that she had planned when her brothers, interrupted and they got into the fight. So she's trying to reinvent it at his house this time. While she's doing this, all of a sudden, she hear a man talking downstairs. And she's like, who is that? Is that him? Oh man, he's home early, And so she's thinking that it's him, but then as she listens, she's hearing how this person is saying, yeah, that such and such ain't nothing. He trusts me now. He too high strung on family. He think that, excuse me. He think that, I love him and I like him. The way he did things, man, I don't love that nigga. I can't say that word. Blank that out, Nisha. I don't love that person or whatever. So he's trying to record Genesis and get something on him, getting him confessing to the murder of your boy. So he's trying to get him to confess on video that he done recorded him, that he murdered him so that he could make him take over the company. Genesis don't want nothing to do with the drugs at all. He don't want nothing to do with that. But his uncle don't want to do it no more. He want to force him to take over it. So she's upstairs and she's listening to all of this. Now, his father, the one that died, he was Kingpin. So now that he's dead, the uncle took over. They wanted Genesis to take over, but Genesis didn't want that life. He didn't want to do that. He wanted everything legit, which he did. He didn't use none of that stuff for that. So she's getting closer, trying to listen to hear everything that's going on. And he's talking about how he's bugging his house and talking all bad about him, about how he don't love him and all type of stuff like that or whatever. And I don't know what else happened. What I'll do is, I think I have like 3 or 4 more chapters, but I have to listen to them because it's on Audible. That was another free title that I had got off of there. I need to see what I need to do to get credit for people getting Audible, because they reached out to me and I didn't reply. I need to reply. But Audible is good, y'all. You get 2 free things on the first thing, and then after that you get 1 free a month where you can pick any book you want for a month. But then they also have free books on Audible that you can just put in your library for free and you don't have to pay for it. So what I do is I type in free books on Amazon through Audible, and it'll tell you the different ones. You can type in love stories. You can type in inspirational books. You can type in African American books. You can type in most popular books. Author books. Like you can do an author. And then you can put in, you can type in their author free books on by this author on Audible. And you can do that. But it's worth it. And it's when like late at night, when I can't sleep, instead of just holding my phone playing with it, I have been listening to, y'all, I think I'm reading 3 books. Well, I'm listening to 2 and reading 1 books at the same time right now. And for me, I never thought that I would like listening to a narrator reading a book to me. But I'm loving it. Because when I'm cooking or doing something, I can just put my little book on and let my book, read some y'all full. I think I did better than what I thought I was going to do, though. And this is good. So I'm guessing this was the crunch roll. This is the California roll. This was the California roll with spicy mayo. I don't know what this is. And I don't have a thing up here. And then that was, is this shrimp? This was shrimp on top of rice. So this was worth it. Everything on here is cooked. I made sure I got a cooked one because I don't eat the raw stuff. But this was delicious. Y'all, the name of that book is called I Got You. I can't wait to read the end of the book. Well, listen to it. What I'll do is I'll listen to it and then I'll let y'all know how it ends. But the book good. And I skipped out several different parts of the book while I was talking to y'all. And that's because I want, if y'all want to, y'all can go back and read the book or listen to the book, either way it go. But now I think not only am I going to be reading them, now I'm going to be doing Audible because I really like it. It's fun. All right. I love y'all so very much. I will see you guys in the next video. Sorry. I will see you guys in the next video. I'm pretty sure it will be, you know what? I showed y'all these things and I still ain't never review them. I need to review these. Y'all, these are now at Walmart. You don't have to go on Amazon and get them. I found them at Walmart. I found them before I took my trip to Louisiana. That's how long it's been here. And actually, yesterday was the first time I saw that somebody done finally did a video on them. And y'all, I didn't cut my hair. It's just the shrinkage is real. And y'all just going to be seeing the shrinkage for a while because I don't feel like doing nothing to my head. I don't feel like nothing. At night, I seriously, like... I just haven't been feeling like dealing with it. I love y'all. Mwah, mwah, mwah. And as always, blessings.